More charges could be coming for the wife and mother accused of murdering her husband. Authorities in Utah say 33-year-old Kouri Richins gave her husband, Eric, a fentanyl-laced Moscow Mule last year, which ultimately killed him. She then wrote a children's book about dealing with grief. Richins is currently in jail awaiting her murder trial, but deputies say they found a handwritten note in her cell allegedly addressed to her mom with instructions on what should be said during her brother's upcoming testimony. Let's bring in Jesse Weber, NewsNation legal contributor. Good morning, Jesse. Does that letter amount to witness tampering?
On its face, it could. I mean, you have a letter here that looks like it was designed for somebody to provide false testimony about such a key issue in this case. I will tell you there's a little bit of a caveat, though. If that letter, if they can't show that she showed it to anybody, if they can't prove that she intended to show it to anybody, it may just be a letter. It may not constitute witness tampering. Now, I'll tell you that there has been reporting that in the past, Kouri Richins showed what we believe is a different letter to her mother over a video conference, just told her to read it silently. That letter has disappeared. So it's giving off the pattern that she may be instructing people on the outside how to testify. I just think we need a little bit more information about what she was intending, or what they can show she was intending to do with that letter before we can clearly say this is a charge of witness tampering.
So one argument being made by her attorney is that the state violated the gag order by even filing the letter. He says it could hinder his client's right to a fair trial. True or false?
I think that's a weak claim. I really do. First of all, we have to understand that people who are locked up in jail or in prison, they don't have the same kind of privacy rights as those on the outside. So it's almost free game what's in their cell and what's discovered. And this is a central issue in the case. It's not as if the prosecutor went on, had a press conference, talked about this. They made a motion. They filed this, and they're within their right to do that. Just because reporters and the media and all of us in the public are looking at that docket, I don't think necessarily that means that this is, improper or this is going to taint the jury pool. They're already going to have an issue trying to find an impartial jury in this case. I think it's a good argument for the defense. I think they're doing what they can. I just don't think it's going to hold any sway.
And just a point of reference, she has not been charged with anything in regards to this witness tampering allegation or possibility. But could that letter, whether she's charged or not, be submitted for evidence?
I think it could. And let me tell you why it's so detrimental to her case. We've been looking at this, and it's lining up against Kouri Richins. It doesn't look good. You have motive. You have past episodes where she might have poisoned Eric. And then you're hearing rumblings of this defense. Well, maybe Eric was a drug abuser and buying drugs from Mexico. That we kind of heard this in the past couple of weeks, that Kouri Richins' friends and family may testify to that. When this comes out, and it looks like she's manufacturing that story, if this gets in front of a jury, that is going to look awful for her and her defense. So the defense will try every which way to make sure this doesn't it doesn't appear in a courtroom for a jury to see. If it does, that's going to be really bad for her case.
I have one question not related to this letter. It's the fact that she's an author of this children's book on grief. Would that in any way be material to this case? I mean, it's a very fascinating thing to talk about on live television. It's weird, especially in the case that, she could be the one who poisoned her husband. But does it have anything to do with whether she is presumed guilty or innocent?
I think so. I think what prosecutors would try to say is that she was profiting off of his death, because that's a main consideration, the financial aspect, the life insurance policies, the will, selling this property. And they would just tie that into, look, this was another episode of her trying to profit off of her husband's death. I think, it's also going to be hard to find a jury that doesn't know about it, because that's always been the headline of this story. So, if this comes into evidence again, I think this is a really tough case for Kouri Richins, and that aspect of it will be particularly chilling for a jury to hear.
Yeah, it's chilling every time we think about it and talk about it. Jesse Weber, thank you so much.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.